Hey there, Editing Celia here. I just want to let you know that this and a couple other videos is just going to be showing the cards going down. I did video of like me talking, but the audio on that video is terrible. Whatever that means, I just want to put that out there. Like, so we can't use it. Yeah, I hope that doesn't make that big of a difference. I figure it's better to have a good listening experience than it is to have a good video experience, right? Even though I do have some really nice camera footage with my fancy camera, but we'll just let that go for now. But I'll keep trying and I'll figure it out for the future. Okay, bye. Hey, it's me, Celia. Welcome. I'm going to do a reading today on to see what the message is from plants. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and today felt like the right day just to see if the plant kingdom has anything that we should know. I think it's both timeless, but also like about right now. So whenever right now is for you, I think that is when it's going to be applicable. Yeah, before I was getting ready for this, I was preparing, and I just kept seeing, like, to like open communication with plants, the plant kingdom. And first of all, one thing happened on the way to the grocery store. I found a plant biology textbook, like college level textbook, in a free pile. So that was really exciting. I took it home, started reading it, because I'm always interested in that sort of stuff. And then when I was getting ready to do this reading, these little, like really, really small plants that had like white sparkly flowers growing really close to the earth. They were very, very, very small, and yet they were so vibrant, and they were taking in like all this kind of cosmic energy from like the solar system. And I think it's kind of metaphorical because I don't know what that plant is. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but to me it's more of just like a message. And so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to do 9 cards. I think I'll start with the first 3. Okay, I know this thing is right in front of my face. I just don't know what else to do, so hope you don't mind. Should I do them all? I'm going to do 3 at a time. Okay, so we have the Daughter of Earth reversed. So this is the Page of Pentacles reversed. Linden. What I see here is releasing constraints, and I see like somebody coming home from work and like taking off their work clothes and like undoing their shoes, and like if somebody had a corset, it's like they're taking it off and they're just letting themselves be off the clock. I'm sure there's something more with Linden and like the heart, but for now I'm just getting like off the clock and like undoing your burdens. So interestingly, this like necklace that I wear when I do herby things, because I got it when I worked with Rosemary Gladstar, she gives it to everybody, it's getting all twisted on my neck, and it never does that. And it's kind of like hurting, which again, it's never done that. Not that I can remember. I mean, I hardly wear necklaces, so maybe I'm just hypersensitive. Okay, so then we have the Warrior of Fire, Cayenne, which is the Knight of Wands, upright. And kind of think of the Knight of Wands as like a partier, socializing. I see like Cayenne kind of as like a catalyst, you know, in your food, but also in your body. And socially, I see like a potluck where people are sharing things. And I think this wands, there's so many things in this recipe here. There's oil, or maybe vinegar, garlic, onion, various herbs, and they're all kind of getting mixed in that bowl, like in this alchemical process. I think it's like the spirit, or like the energy you have for change and for the new, for like new experiences and personal growth. It's still going, like you're still doing it. It's becoming like your day-to-day activity. Like you have a lot of activities that are helping you on your way. Yeah. There's like more with the vinegar and whatever, but I'm not going to go there. And then we have the 5 of Fire reversed, Black Cohosh. 5 of Fire, 5 of Wands. Oh, and it's a star. That was kind of like the little star that I saw leading up to this reading. It was like a little white star plant. I know there's a plant called starflower that is very small. It could be that. I have a poster of like plants of this area that hangs in our house. And I did recently look at that little starflower and be like, I wonder what that is. I've never seen it in bloom. I wonder where it grows. But yeah, imagine, I'm kind of thinking of the Rider-Waite-Smith of like 5 people with sticks fighting each other. And so reversed, it's kind of like bowing out of the fight, surrendering, releasing like your defenses. It might hurt a little bit. I still see some impact, but once you receive it, then you'll be done. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go to the meanings, and then if there's a message that needs to come through, then hopefully I'll see it then, but I'm not gonna try to dig too far for a message right now. Okay, so for the second row, 4 of Waters. So this is the 4 of Cups, mint, upright. I do kind of feel like this blue jay's a little left out. Blue jays are much maligned. There's that Casper Baby Pants song called Be Good, You Bad Blue Jay. Are you a bad blue jay? Yes, sir. So I think that kind of calls to the feelings of ennui and detachment and kind of boredom and apathy from the first, or from the Rider-Waite-Smith sort of thing. I'm feeling kind of a heaviness, like an emotional and physical heaviness right now. Kind of makes me think of that feeling at the end of the summer where you're just wrung out and like you've maybe sweat a little too much and your pores have been a little bit too open and you've been like baked in the sun a little bit too much and you're just kind of like spent, leading to like an indecision, or like even the most exciting thing won't make you that excited anymore because you're just like, yeah, you're just kind of used up, which is not normally what I associate with this card. And the mint, you know, it is really rejuvenative. I just see like this do-rag over here of like, mop up your sweat and chill out. Like, don't do anything. Take a break in the shade. Like, stop you're toiling and just sit over here. But that doesn't necessarily solve everything because it's like your period of rest. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth, reverse, Nettle. This is like not beginning a new endeavor. Endeavor's not the right word. I guess like loosening the grip on focusing on money or changing things. I mean, sometimes I see the Ace of Pentacles as like bringing in new resources, and yeah, and so to have it be reversed is like a little bit like unmaterialistic. I'm seeing like nettle at the end of the season, like all burnt. I don't know why. I never think of burning nettle, but I think it's like a compost. I think it's like a time of compost, because I was seeing the nettle burn and then it like gets put back into the earth. Like instead of the earth bringing things up to you, it's like things that you have are going back into the earth. Okay, so here we have the Healer of Air, which is the King of Swords reversed. So I see this, like this person holding the bunch of rosemary. It looks like a hand, and it's like releasing. It's like, take your hands off of this and don't get involved. I think it's like putting your tool down, putting your weapons down, you know, the letting go the ability or like the need to get to the bottom of things or like psychologically figure something out. Like, I think that you need to surrender that. And, oh my God, I'm having like 3 things in my mind, but I can't get them into words. I think this too, being about the swords reversed, like the King of Swords reversed, is to like maybe embrace some silence. And that could be also in like the different ways that you communicate or like how you get media in. Yeah, I'm really seeing like a letting, just as I said that, I looked outside and somebody took their phone out and looked at it. So like, yeah, like releasing the need to like know. Because often we want to know things so that we can change. It's like a hypervigilance, like with these sharp tools. And I think this is like, maybe just surrender that for now. Yeah, because I think that getting too much information and like trying to be in the know and like be the change, especially on like an intellectual, social, communicative level, I think that's like not futile, or like it's futile right now. Interestingly about rosemary, I see it as like a catcher plant, like it will catch you. When one of my kids was younger, he would ride his bike and like crash into the rosemary, which grows all over. So like on any block you could just whatever. And so Wolfie would always say, the rosemary's catching me, rosemary's helping me so I don't get hurt, and or whatever it was. And yeah, that is nice of the rosemary, but this is saying like, hey, you don't need to catch people now. You don't even need to catch yourself, especially with what you say or like the media or like, yeah, okay. So I'm going to keep going. We have the Damiana, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we have the, turn this up a little bit maybe. This is the Healer of Wands, or Healer of Fire, which is the Knight, or no, the King of Wands, upright, Miss Damiana. I see this card as like, or the Healer of Fire is like the ability to animate things, like breathing life into something. It's like the energy that makes like a golem alive, or like a piece of granite. If it were to like be animated, it would be like this energy. Particularly like in the, that's a metaphor, but like in the body, I see like the ability to feel vitality and connect to the vital force in the body. I see the hands are a big part of this. I think like if you do body work or like Reiki or anything, this is like, so when you get to the healer level or like the king level, it's not just that you're comfortable with these energies, you know how to manipulate them, in a good way. You know how to utilize them, and you have skills, and they're hard earned. And yeah, I think that a lot of, I just see like the Damiana just like impermeating like the bones, like the pelvis bones in particular. Like I see this little burning thing there, has like smoke coming up, and we have like a Damiana liqueur, and some kind of ritual things, and like the shells kind of being like the bones, like bringing life into like the calcium in the bones. I don't know what that is supposed to mean, but there we go. Wow, I just got like the taste of Damiana. Maybe I should have some. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, kitchen garden. It's like creating your own luck, creating your own destiny. This is a time of cycles. So, I mean, we are in like the Wheel of the Year sort of cross holiday right now, because it's between summer solstice and the fall equinox is like kind of in this time. Yeah, I think this is like what you have done in the past is coming to fruition now. Part of it from what you worked at, but also just part of your own life path. I'm seeing, like, hearing the Britney Spears commercial for one of her perfumes where she kind of poo-poos the fortune teller, and she's like, I create my own destiny.
Choose your own destiny.
And then lastly, we have the High Priestess, Mugwort Reversed. When I see this reversed, it's kind of like in a more positive type situation. I see things as being really non-linear. So instead of moving forward in time, I see it more of like up and down in time, or like being in and out of dimensions sort of thing. Like maybe you're working in the underworld, and then you're working in Middle Earth, and then you're working in the upper world, but you need to be careful there, and you need to have protection. Yeah, I'm getting you need to have protection. You need extra protection right now. Okay, so I kind of fleshed out the meanings that I wanted to say. So it's usually like the first part of my reading. And then I kind of look at it from, I don't know, like a Lenormand type way to see if there's anything else that wants to come out. And this is sometimes where the story comes from. I don't know if I'm going to get a story. I never know. I'm not always in like the perfect channeling mode all the time. So this is just practice for me. Regardless, I still have some good messages here. Like even if I'm just like, oh, I should use some herbs to do protection, or whatever it is that you like to do for protection, I think that's a good thing. Like there's still enough here for me to feel satisfied. But I want to see if anything else will come about. So in the center we have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth reversed, Nettles. So this is a time of compost. If there's anything you need to get rid of, I think it's time to get rid of it. I just did a bunch of composting with like things from basically some old herbs. I'm in my office right now. That's why there's herbs behind me. And I like made this compost tea, and I let it sit for a few days, and it was cool and fun. My daughter helped me. And then I put it in the compost and I was like, okay, well, there's my compost tea. And I thought it was done. And then now I looked at it. It's been a week since I put it in there. It is like doing this crazy alchemical process. It's like bubbling and like smoking. And I had no idea that that sort of energy was like in those super dead, old, expired plants. Some of those herbs that I composted were from 2007. That's over 10 years ago. 10, like super long time. So these herbs had like no value to me. I couldn't give them to anybody, but I just kind of hung on to them. So it has been really, really invigorating to see that like they're going through this composting process just because we put some water on them and let them sit for a few days, and then I added it to the compost, and there's probably already microbes in there, you know. So whatever's happening is happening, and it's so freaking cool. So yeah, that is what I think of this nettle. If there's anything you want to burn, I think now would be a very good time to do that, of like writing a piece of paper with like, because it's earth, I would think of things from your body, think of things from your house, think of things from your land, your relationship with money, food, those sort of things, and like write it down, you know, or maybe go through a process where you figure out what that is, asking your body or whatever. Write it down and burn it, and then take those ashes and put it in a compost, or put it down in your ground, or make an offering to a plant or something, because it will be transformed through that process. So I think the heart of what this reading is about is transformation through composting. Yeah. Really needing to clean out the old as we end this cycle or this time of year or whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to look just to look at the corners. Which corner do I want to start with? Okay, so I'm going to start here and go counterclockwise. Yeah, the High Priestess Reversed. I said that was like non-linear time. I do believe that to be true. And the reason that I said to protect yourself is because it can be challenging to work on like in different linearly. It can be challenging, and there could be like, I just heard you're going in blind, you know. It's almost like an initiation sort of process where you're being tested, and so you need to have a lot of extra protection or do it regularly. Not because you're at risk, but because you just signed up for a challenge. And it's like if you were to be in a boxing match, you want to like make sure that you stretched before you went, and you want to make sure that you're hydrated, and you want to make sure that you don't have to pee right in the middle of the boxing match, and you want to have comfortable clothes, like, and you want to have had a meal like at the perfect time for you, and you hopefully had a good night's sleep before. So it's just kind of like taking care of those various aspects of yourself as you move forward with whatever it is that you need to undertake. The Black Cohosh, 5 of Fire. Yeah, those star flowers are coming to me again, and just maybe like I see like this cosmic energy like going really close to the earth, and then being absorbed by like teeny tiny little flowers and like spread around the earth. So it's almost like an electrical type energy. Okay, but why is this important? I just heard moon bathe. I don't know, maybe like whatever it is you need to do to connect to the night. Oh, okay. This is really not connected to this card, but I'm going to go with it anyways. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. but it's about, I'm seeing like laying on the ground during the night. And I used to play this game called Sardines and also this game called Midnight when I was little. Basically, it was like hide and seek at night. Both of these games were. And then you had to like find the other people and lay down on them, like next to them. So you were lined up like sardines. I'm probably not describing it good. But the whole point of the story is like, yeah, that's such a good way to describe this card after all, because in normal hide and go seek, it's like one person finds all the other people. Like, I found you, I found you, I found you, I found you. But in this game, it's like the people who are all hiding need to find each other, and then hopefully you all can line up like sardines before the seeker finds you all, which is kind of the opposite of, you know, the fighting with the stick energy of the Rider-Waite-Smith. So for some reason, I'm seeing that, like, you know, literally that could be like going camping with a bunch of people, or like laying outside until it gets really dark, or something like that. I just see being really close to the ground at night. And honestly, I think I'm hearing this is for some people, that this is going to help with the transition of the light, you know, because we're moving away from summer solstice. We're out of the bright summer sun period, and we're every day the light is getting less, and pretty soon we're going to be to the point where there's more dark in the day than there is light. And I think that this will help. I'm hearing strength in numbers. So you could like make your, you know, your like light keeper crew and all work together. I mean, you know, like having a circle, like celebrating the seasons is obviously a good way to do that. But there could really be anything, stargazing, embracing the night. But starting now is what I hear. Okay, Linden, yeah, undoing. I've just heard like I've come undone. Yeah, you had to kind of like tie yourself up during this last season, whatever that is, whether it's like yesterday or this summer season, if you're watching this now, or like whatever season of your life. Yeah, tying yourself up and letting yourself come undone. Yeah, because if you undo those ties and those tight things, like, you know, you have like your work face, or you have your face where you try to be like really normal, or you try to blend in, that's like not necessarily part of your culture, where you have to like be like everyone else to make it in the workplace or whatever, or like try not to be too out there. This is kind of showing to like let that go. And I'm hearing like, like finally I can release that part of me. And I think everything, the like tension from holding yourself together, is going to fall down, and then that can kind of help this composting experience. And then another of the four corners is this is totally like at my eye. I'm so sorry, but oh well, hopefully you just listen to it like a podcast or something. So yeah, the Healer of Wands, Healer of Fire, Damiana. Yeah, I'm hearing you have to nurture and midwife the spirit the whole time. Continual practice of nurturing the spirit. And so whatever sort of practice or thing that you want to do or think about, whatever, just to continually like honor your animation, you know, like what makes you feel alive. And like for me, I'm thinking a lot about like body work, and I think that's for me, movement, like Tai Chi, Qigong, like those sort of things. Could be yoga. I mean, this is fire, but I just see like myself creating fire by doing those movements, you know, because I have so much stuck energy in my body from like being sedentary for a really long time. I get to move my energy through doing things like that. Like, yeah, it's good for my body to like do yoga or whatever, body work, exercise, whatever. But really it's good for my like vitality. That's really what I'm doing it for. So whatever is good for your vitality. I just heard painting. I don't know what. It's almost like you're calling in the spirit. I'm seeing like a reverse necromancy of like you are alive and you're like, instead of necromancy would be like you have a dead bone and you're calling the spirit that is still held within the bones out. Instead, I hear that you're calling you like energy that is yours, or energy that you need, or energy that you want, or whatever. You're calling that into you, and like the continual practice of doing it, like, and with this triangle, it makes me think, you know, do it in cycles of 3. So like 3 days where you do a ritual, or 3 days where you have a specific like qigong practice, or steam, or body movement, or I don't know, whatever. Okay, and then I'm going to do the diamonds. Where do I want to start? I create my own destiny. Whatever that is, this being so round kind of makes me think of like a vision board. That's not something that I personally like, but I know that people know what that is, and whatever, like maybe a vision board isn't something I personally would do, but it's an example of like, well, what would you do? Would you write something? Would you, oh, okay, and like, because it's the kitchen garden, like you could do rituals on the land that you infuse what you want, you know, create your own good luck and what you like want to be your path. Like I'm seeing like putting something on the north, south, east, and west corner of like a room or where you live. Planting intentions, like, yeah, a cycle is giving to you, but it's time to feed that into the next cycle so the momentum keeps coming. I just letting go, cooling off, letting go of the summer, like shedding your summer skin and your summer sweat, like you've been sweated out, and like follow that up with some hydration, and then pretty soon your pores are going to close. I feel like that's something metaphorically, but I just see that do-rag of like cleaning up the sweat, taking a ritual bath, something of like, I'm closing out this time. These 2 cards here are reminding me of community. I know that I had meanings for this before, but I'm just seeing what comes out. Yeah, I'm seeing like a potluck. And like the creation of something that will continue to feed you as time goes on. Because if you make like an herbal vinegar and every day you put a little drop of that on you, on your food, on you, you put it on yourself, maybe as long as you don't burn it. Okay, no, don't put it on you. If you put something like a cayenne vinegar on your food every day, then you get to reap the benefits of something you did. Oh, you could like have a party where everybody brings a something and like, you know, an ingredient, and you make it. Yeah, I think this is like my potluck card from now on. I need to have a potluck. Maybe that's just for me. I don't know. So as the sun is going away, we need to find the warmth in other ways. I know some of you may live in a different hemisphere or watch us at a different time, but you know, it's like continually nurturing the warmth in us from a variety of angles. The ongoing, I'm hearing. Okay. And then this releasing the rough exterior. a moment of silence. Yeah. Creating your own destiny. Is this just who I am? Is this all my readings are going to be? But I just see like intentional practices, ceremonies, rituals, times of prayer, like times of taking care of your body. Maybe this is just the type of thing that I offer. I imagine a different reader might have different things that they say. But I like where this is going, and remember the center of it is this composting. I think that the plants, because I said like, what are the plants? What do you have to say right now? I think this is just the energy of where I am, of like where I live in this time of year, of transitioning from summer into fall. It's a continual thing, and there will be different summers in our lives all the time that we have to close out and go into fall. And we can do that in little like little tiny things. Like you could do the tiniest little thing, like you're just taking a shower, but you're just like, okay, I'm going to rinse off any tension I've been holding from the summer or whatever it is. So it can be very small, it can be very big. Every day there's like bits of summer happening. I don't know exactly what that means, but yeah, take it for what it is. And I want to do one Witchling card. I just love these little cards. This deck is not like, at first I was like, it's just all these super skinny white witches. Maybe it's not very inclusive. But as time went on, I just started to see them as like wisps of fairies, and like I started not to see them as like representations of people, and so I guess it doesn't make that big of a deal for me, but I could see how it could for others. But my intention with this deck, it's an oracle deck, is just to see, we're going to pick one card. Opportunity. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. Okay. I think that once things are like composted and things that we don't need are let go, and we are protected, and we kind of take a little social media break, and we kind of have a potluck and use a do-rag to mop up our sweat and animate our body, release our burdens from maintaining like who you need to be in a social context all the time. I think after that, new opportunity can come. It's just a continual cleaning out and then bringing in, cleaning out, bringing in, a compost and a grow. And there's more intricate than that, but yeah, that's what I wanted to do today. Okay, I'd love to know what you think. Okay, bye.